but I don't listen to her because my mind is like a sieve.
That's what you did when you had the helium in your mouth that time.
Do you remember that part in Up in Smoke when he's like, oh no man, don't take those. And he's like, what do you mean don't take those? I already took them. And he's like, oh shit, you just took the most acid I ever seen anybody take. And he's like, and then he was like saying something like, I took acid. Oh no, and he was like freaking out. He's like saying his head was like a pumpkin or something. I forget what happened.
I miss a lot of the words, but the rest of that song he says something like, he's like, my mother says my paycheck goes up my nose. She caught me in the bathroom with a pair of pantyhose.
I used to watch that movie. Up in Smoke is a great fucking movie. Up in Smoke is a great movie.
The girl's in the van. She's like, hey man, you got any lewds? He's like,
Steve Martin's in it. He's got his. Is that? Yeah, that's Up in Smoke. Steve Martin's in it, and he's got the. Am I screwing?
Which one's the one that I like? I like the one
the
where
Steve Martin one where.
Paul
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the jerk. Yeah, I like the jerk when he's living in the he's living in the bathroom at the gas station, right? And the guy on the hill, he's like shooting at him. He's like, he hates those cans.
Yeah. That's so ridiculous. Dude, no,
and then he like writes home. He's like,
wait.
she promised to teach me how to give a blowjob or something like that.
Oh yeah. He goes. I like the first time he has sex. He comes running out of the camper, and he's like, I found my purpose. I found my purpose.
Yeah. I grew up a poor black boy. Yeah, that's so
on my 10th birthday, my mama gave me a Twinkie.
What's the Cheech Chong movie where they're like, Paul Rubens is in it, and he's like,
it's nice.
He's like, I want, maybe it's me. It's my name. He's like, hamburgers. I want hamburgers. And you just keep saying it, and he's like a fucking insane patient. And they end up at this Chinese restaurant, and they all start doing coke at the table.
Yeah.
And then he ends up at like a hotel, and this guy's husband comes back, just got out of jail, and he's like out on the balcony, like with his ass showing. You know what I'm talking about? It's like all about coke, that movie, because he like comes up on the table and he's got fucking white shit all over his face, and he's like, what's the matter? And he's sitting there in they end up in like an insane asylum at some point, or like Cheech does. And so he's like screaming at the wall in this like full bodysuit, and he's like, my balls itch. Then Paul Rubens comes in, and the like woman with him is like, I'm sorry, we got you mixed up. You know, we thought you were someone else. You're not crazy. And so Paul Rubens is sitting there, he's like, I'm sorry. I'm awfully sorry. And he just keeps saying it. So then they like close the door, and he's still sitting there like waiting for them to come back and get him. And all of a sudden Paul Rubens opens the door and goes, I'm not sorry. And he shuts the door. It's so fucking ridiculous. I'm like, this movie's insane. That's the one where the detective turns into the lizard. He's smoking the pot all the time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The guy starts having like a tail, and then like
That's right.
His like helpful, like little helpers put him in the thing, and they're like, it's okay, boss. And he's got this giant fucking tail, and these like lizard hands, and he's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's because he's been smoking the pot the whole time. They turns into a fucking lizard.
My cousins used to have like Cheech and Chong.